Hello everyone, Rick Mask here for CardRunners. I've got my session review at 1-2 Zoom. Every hand VPIP'd. So Laws flats here again, very strong looking call. I'm just and this is the spot, by the way, where under the gun again, we don't have to defend this squeeze very often at all. The button is risking 19 to win 13. He's dealing with a very live under the gun range and a very strong hijack cold calling range. He's got two players left to act in the blinds also. So the button's taking on a lot of risk with a raise here. And I have this guy here helping, and these guys helping me defend this 3-bet. So this is a spot where we should be folding a lot to the squeeze, frankly. For my own benefit, I am going to play this hand out and see what happens. Interesting. I overcalled the ace-10 of diamonds. Squeezing looks good. I'm not really sure why I overcalled here. Must have had something to do with the smaller stack size of the cutoff. I don't really know how that affects my squeezing here. I still think squeezing is good with this hand. Oh, this is a goofy hand. Okay, this might be the worst hand played in the video, or the most uncomfortable hand that I played. I think it sort of stems a little bit from pre-flop. Anyways, I check. I flop the nut flush draw. In position player bets small. I think that's a sign of weakness generally. And with this small stack depth and the strength in my draw, I decided I was just going to check raise and then go just shovel money in the pot. So check raise, I get called, and this is the turn. Now I'm not so confident that I want to shovel money in anymore. My equity is very bad against King X, and that's his most likely hand at this point, I would say, or a very likely hand at this point. And so I decided to check, and the plan was just to fold to a shove, but he bet under half pot, and I don't even know. I mean, as you guys can see, I'm getting 3.25 to 1. I need to realize 24% of the pot, the current pot size, to make calling better than folding. I have a little bit of implied odds, probably a little bit of reverse implied odds also. I have a slight bit of showdown value. And I think folding here is probably technically correct, but unknown kind of randomy bet sizing, I couldn't help myself. I had to continue. And then I rivered to 10. And I checked, and he went all in, and now I was getting 4.5 to 1. This is a very odd spot. I blocked diamonds, which diamonds are what I'm hoping to see when I hero call. Jack Queen even got there. I think he has a king a lot. So I'm not really sure what I'm supposed to be doing when I face a bet here. But he was an unknown, presumed fishy player, and I just kind of closed my eyes and called. And he had Queen 7. So I feel much better about my play in hindsight. At the time, I don't know if my approach to this hand was too great. I sort of felt like I was just trying to choose the best of a lot of bad options as this hand progressed, and I just sort of ended up being very fortunate that he had a bluff. Three X cutoff open. I'm defending Queen Jack offsuit. It's a little close here, especially if it turns out that he's only opening 22%. Against 22% range, I might fold this hand. Check call, check raise. Both seem okay here. Turn is 8 of diamonds. It's an interesting card. My range is actually pretty 8x heavy, and Papa Gun should have very few 8x combos here. So I know there are some players that sort of work out small leading ranges here, which might be a good way to play a lot of hands in my range, to lead out for sort of blocker bet and to put in position in tough spots with hands like King 7 suited or bluffs that bet the flop. I decided to check here. I don't have the greatest root. I don't have the greatest understanding of sort of these dynamics on these textures. So I don't have that. That plays not a huge part of my game, although I try to work it in a little bit here and there.